Just the squad. Joe Westerman's obviously in the 21. What's the extent of the hand injury?
I think it was a bit of a pop in, pop out job on his hand, but West is that's a guy popping in all joints and things pop out. They pop back in with West. He's back on the field on Monday, so he's made a different stuff. So yeah, we'll give him all week to try and see if he's going to be all right. He'll always stick his hand up. We spoke to him on Saturday, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be right. I'll be right." So we put him in. He's in the squad there, and we'll make a final decision on him. Today.
So was it effectively a broken bone somewhere?
Yeah, I'm not doctor. I don't pay too much attention. I just get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from the medical staff with it. But yeah, something came out. I don't know, but he's all right. He's good to go.
It's dedication to the cause, isn't it, for Joe Westerman?
Yeah, he's made a tough stuff. Yeah, he's a rugby player.
Absolutely madness. What about any other potential changes for Friday night? Are you sort of mulling anything over?
A little bit, yeah. It was a change to the score. We've got players back from Arnie's back from his ban and lads back from HIAs which missed out last week. What else we got? Obviously, Gaz Widdop's missing from the squad as well. He just took a slight knock and wasn't quite going to be right for this week. So there could be a few changes, but at the same time, the boys played well. Boys played very well at the weekend, and hopefully, there's a lot there who want to keep the place and deserve to keep the place as well. So it's been a few headaches this week regarding selection and lads coming back in who've been playing well previously. But yeah, that's the headache of being a head coach. I think having them dilemmas.
You made the point straight after the game that you're not mathematically safe yet. Is there anything you've been able to do during the week to ensure that there's no sort of complacency creeping in?
Just trade like every other week. I always say we've won or lost. We've reviewed it straight away and then got straight back up to rolling the sleeves up on the Monday and training and prepping for that game ahead. Every week is the biggest game of the year for us, and we're treating that no differently this week. So on the challenge that's going to Wigan, is a big one. So we just treat it as a normal week really in that respect. So the lads have been really good, really focused. Yes, they enjoyed the win on Friday, but came with a focus to improve and back up a strong performance with another one, which we've got to do.
I know when you came in, Danny, you described the situation as being pretty chaotic. It certainly wasn't, and tense. It certainly was. Have you seen that mood among the group change over the last month?
It's been good. The boys have responded really well to what we're doing, and confidence is a big thing. And I think performance wise, have been quite good. Obviously, the last half an hour against Waddington was nowhere we needed to be. The performance against Saints, I said at the time, was very good, really pleasing, even though we lost heavily. So boys have gained confidence from how they've performed and how they've trained and doing them little bits and working for each other and so they've in a tricky situation, which is the back end of the year. They've been as good I could have asked for.
You'll stay up if you win on Friday, but you'll stay up if Wakefield lose on Friday. Will you have one eye on what's happening at Wigan? At Lee, sorry, at Lee.
Oh, what I want to do it's full of focus on Wigan. As we always say, we can't worry about what's happening elsewhere. We can just take care of what we're doing and focus on Wigan. They're playing really well at the minute. The form team in the comp, and we can't be too worried about what's happening elsewhere because we need our full focus on Wigan on Friday night.
How tough, you allude to it there, how tough is a trip to Wigan right now? Because they blew Leeds away last week, didn't they?
They're not playing too bad, are they? They're playing all right. It's they're probably the best team in the comp at the minute and sit top of the tree. So they've got some fantastic players and going to Wigan's always hard. So it's exciting though as well. It's a great place to go, great stadium, a good atmosphere as there always is. And we should be excited about them challenges of playing your top teams. If you can't get excited about going to Wigan and playing, winning the wrong game. And we've spoke about backing up a win with another strong performance. I think that's been his downfall, this year. And since I came in, we've not quite backed that up. So we're just speaking about that, and the challenge should be an exciting one for the boys. So yeah, they're playing well, but they've got some strike all over the field, and again, it's a step up for us this week.
Just on Blake Austin, after last week, some of his current teammates, excuse me, some of his current teammates and former teammates were telling him to, on social media, telling him to sign the contract. Is there, as you understand it, is there an offer on the table for Blake to stay at Cass as it stands?
Absolutely no idea, really. I'm not kind of involved in them conversations at the minute. We're obviously not knowing, where I'm at myself. So I'm just focusing on the rugby side, and I'm sure the club will be dealing with Blake. They know the situation he's in. I thought it was fantastic. That was probably the best game I've seen him in a cash shirt at the weekend. He's having a ball in his hands. He was being a run threat. He was being a menace with a ball, and on another day he probably could have scored a couple of tries, and that's what we wanted from him. It looked confident. It looked like he was enjoying himself, and that it was a Blake Austin that we all love, and I thought it was fantastic. But from that side of things, I'll leave that to the club to sort.
And at the same time, your future, is that still undecided right now?
Yes, yeah. Again, we're nowhere near safe. The job's not done in terms of what came in to try and achieve. So them conversations are all on hold, which it's fine by me because I'm just concentrating on them games that's ahead of me. So yeah, just one week, one day at a time.
You still enjoying your home cooking at the moment?
I'm a fantastic cook. Yeah, I'm brilliant. I'm just cooking for one at the minute. So it's.
Oh, have you moved out of your mum and dad's house?
Oh no, I'm still in there. My mum, dad. I've always taken care of my own food really since I moved out. So I quite rate myself in the kitchen. So it's doing all right. Yeah, I'm off the fish fingers, chips and beans, and onto more exotic dishes that I'm prepping. So it's
like what?
Not too bad.
Like what? What's your go-to?
Oh, I make fantastic paella and like that. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm just I could turn me on to anything, any kind of cuisine.
That's very exotic. And just lastly for me, Danny, have you enjoyed the last month? Obviously, like you say, it was pretty tense to start with, and it's got better as it's gone on. Have you sort of relished the challenge that you've gone through?
Loved it. Yeah, loved being back in the game, back in a full-time environment, surrounded by good people at the club, good players, good staff. Enjoying the stress and the challenges that come with being, a head coach at Super League level as well. So yeah, it's not all smiles. As much as I try and smile through it, it's there's the ups and downs of everyday sporting life. But yeah, it's a great job and a great place to be.
Yeah, obviously the job's not done yet, but given where the club were when you came in, a bit of a dark place at the time, would you rank it as a pretty big achievement if you can get over the line and keep Cass up?
Yeah, yes, I think so. Yeah, where we was coming in and where we are now, we'd taken that, a couple of wins. But it's not done yet. We've got to be better and but yeah, I think it will be decent achievement. But yeah, I think so.
If you were offered the job, I know you're quite settled about you down south, but if you were offered the job permanently, would that leave you with a bit of a tricky decision?
I think so. I mean, like I say, I'm really enjoying my time here and love being back coaching. I want to be coaching in Super League. It's where I want to be and see myself. So yeah, the other decisions around moving and things like that, all just conversations with the family. They're enjoying me being up here and doing what I love as well. So again, not really thought about it or spoken about it too much as it is because we're not quite there yet.
No, fair enough. But could you do this longer term? Could you stay at mum and dad's longer term, do you think? And
I've stayed with mum and dad's for 23 years, so I don't think I'd want to do a shift like that again. But yeah, whatever comes ahead of us, you get through whatever life throws at you. You take on that challenge, and we get through as a family and as a unit, got good people around us. So yeah, it's easily been doable.
I was just wondering, are you getting the meat for exotic cooking from Chef Walker's Butchers?
He's not been in touch yet. No, I thought might get a bit of a parcel dropped off. But if he's watching, then he knows where my mum and dad's is.
Congratulations on the win last weekend. That must have been a real great experience for you because the fans adored it, and while it didn't make sure you were safe, it's obviously come pretty close to it. And to get wins like that when it's so crucial, must be a really rewarding feeling for you.
It's a great place to be as a Jungle when you're winning games and you know you're playing some good football as well. So yeah, it was a fantastic night. It was Friday. You know, the boys performed really well, and my first experience as a coach winning here as well. It was pretty special, and there was areas of the game we needed to be better and weren't quite happy with. But I think there was an overall performance. It was pretty good, and you know puts us in a good place now. You know, we've taken that with 2 games to go, but you know it's far from over. We enjoyed it on the night, but yeah, soon forgotten about when you roll in Monday morning.
I know you don't like to think too far ahead. You've made that pretty clear already. You don't want to think beyond the game on Friday night. But obviously, there's a very good chance that when you're coming back on the coach, back to Castleford on Friday, whatever your result is, you might then be safe. If Wakefield lose at Lee. And I suppose that's the point at which you can begin to start thinking about the future, Danny. And you know whether, I mean, you've obviously made it clear you'd like to coach in Super League, and you'd obviously have the inside running at Castleford for the job, you know, for the next year or two. Would you then begin to start, you know, having conversations with the club about a contract for next year, and would you start then thinking about, you know, who you'd want in your squad for 2024?
I like to think so. Yeah, it's tough for the club as any team in this position, any board, any head coach. I tell you, in this position, it's so hard to plan for the following year. So you know the aims and objectives were set out when I came in, and you know whether that's secure at what point, then you know hopefully you can have them conversations either way. So we've just got to get Friday night boxed off, but that's the problem with relegation as we're in at the minute. You're planning, you're behind the 8 ball, whatever it is you're planning for next year in September time is pretty tough, but it is what it is. You know, we'll crack on when that opportunity arises.
Can I just ask you one other question about a completely different subject?
Yep.
Obviously, ex-coach of London Broncos, you did a great job when they were in Super League. So unlucky to go down, I thought. And it's interesting to see them now in a top 6 position in the Championship. I don't know whether you keep an eye on them these days, but you know it would be. Would you like to see them back in Super League at the Broncos?
Of course I would, yeah. You know that's what I'm still a Broncos fan at heart. You know, still some really good people there at the club. You know, players. Mike Eccles still very close with as coach. He's doing an amazing job down there, and it's great to see him where they are.
Do you think he's a potential Super League coach as well?
I can't see why not. He's doing an amazing job coaching the Broncos this year. You know, he's taken them from where they were last year and got them back into doing what they do well. And the form in the last 2 months has been outstanding. You know, they're climbing up the table, they're beating teams around them all the time, and hopefully, you know, they're peaking at the right end of the year in time for the playoffs. You know, it's so tight there in the top 6. You know, you can finish, I think, as high as 3rd or low as 9th. So there's still got a few games to go, but there's nothing I'd want more than, you know, to see London back in Super League. I think it'd be, for what it'd do for the game down there and Super League in itself it'd be amazing. So I'd be definitely, you know, just cheering them on throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to overestimate how important it could be for Super League if London were back in the top competition, isn't it? I think.
It is, yeah. How long you got? You have to cancel all your points. I'll rant on all day about how important it is. I think for Super League to have a team in London and for the game in London and the potential there. You know, I'll always.
Once you've got Castleford to safety, I'd very much like to come and talk to you about that, mate.
Yeah, we'll block out a day for that one, mate, and we'll get it. Yeah, I mean, as I say, they're doing a good job at the minute down there, and the potential is huge in terms of you know, the support and the players down there and what it brings to the game. But yeah, just you know, for Mike and for the boys, you know, they can finish strongly, so they've got a bit of work to do still. But yeah, I'll be cheering on.
Hopefully helping them as well if they do get into the playoffs, which I'm sure they will. It'd be I'm sure they'd welcome your input if you want to give it, mate.
Seem to be doing all right without me at the minute. So.
I don't want to put a jinx on anything, but you know, looks like you're going to get over the line. As someone that's previously spoken about his distaste for promotion and relegation, how much sympathy do you or will you have with Wakefield if it is them that get the drop?
Yeah, I'm not getting ahead of myself there and speaking about sympathy for Wakefield, anything like that. We're not clear yet. We've got a massive game this week. I think, I know how to have sympathy for both clubs in this situation. It's a tough place to be in, and I've experienced going down, and it's not nice. It's a terrible place to be, having to let staff go and let players go and things like that. It's I'm not a fan of it, and that's not just saying it because I'm in it. I've always had that view whether I've coached or not. But it's a tough position we're in now. Again, all we can do is try and focus on what we're doing and try and make secure safety this weekend, and then we can talk about things after that, I think.
With the sort of parameters that are going to come in from next year, how hard is it going to be for whoever went down this year to get themselves back up? Obviously, because they could go and win the championship next year, and it counts for not much.
I think they should be in a good position. Whoever goes down will be in a strong position to come back up. It's all down to grading, obviously, the following year, and I'm not fully on the ins and outs of all the scoring system they've got there. It's a bit more complicated than my levels in maths, but I think whoever goes down, they've got something to focus on rather than just going down and focusing on, right, we've got to win that competition to get back up. They've got other criteria that they need to strengthen their clubs, as it should be for everyone. We should be making look at the club, the infrastructure, the fan base, everything should be ticking boxes. So I think they'll be in a strong position, whoever does go down, to bounce back up, hopefully.
And just lastly from me, when will we sort of get an update on your future? You want to stick around, and it seems that way.
I don't know. Probably I'm not sure. I really don't know. I mean, hopefully it shouldn't drag on too much longer. There's only 2 weeks of the season. Well, not even that. Yeah, there's about 10 days left, so I just have to sit tight and hopefully things can be sorted one way or another. As soon as possible. So just a man of mystery at the minute. So I'm enjoying that.
Obviously, the result on Friday gave you a little bit of breathing room. It's not confirmed anything, but it's that little extra breathing room. Has that lifted the pressure off the squad at all, or is it still very much focused on game by game?
I think the pressure is still exactly the same, and the pressure that we're putting them on as staff has been the same as it has been previously. There's no relaxing of pressure from us, and we can only focus on what's happening internally. We can't look at league tables or has there been the pressure released from outside the club or anything. The pressure's still been on the lads to perform well, to work hard, and I don't think, yes, as it give you a little bit of breathing room, but anything can happen. A week's a long time in rugby. So again, we just got to focus on this week and put the boys under pressure to perform, as they should thrive on that. So again, it's all about this weekend, and then we'll see then where we are, come Saturday morning.